Hello everybody, and welcome back to part 2 of my HTML tutorial that I have going for each of you. In this tutorial, we're going to be looking at how to link web pages together using HTML, changing our background using HTML, and also styling text using HTML. Also stay tuned until the end of the video where I show each of you a brand new website that I am building just for my subscribers and viewers to go and learn all things technology. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on part 2 of our HTML tutorial. Alright everybody, so in this first part we're going to go ahead and learn how to link pages together. These pages can be anything on the internet. For example, the one that I'm going to be using is my YouTube channel. So all we would do is copy this link here, and we'll go back to this page, open up our editor, and we're going to go below this paragraph line that we created in the first video and do another paragraph line. Now if you want extra space in between your paragraph lines, you could do the break tag, and that just adds extra space, but we're not going to do that right now because we're just going to keep everything in line at the moment. Now what we need is, in order to link to another page, and also by the way, this page could be something already within your website files, right? So for example, we could link it to this index.php file that I have. You could just do the register.php file, and or you can go to literally any link that is working on the internet, such as Google, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. You can go to any sort of Wikipedia page, anything of that nature. As long as it's working, you can do it. So we're going to do that attribute tag real quick. Or I should say, I believe this is an anchor tag rather than an attribute. So, my fault. We got this anchor tag, and we're going to reference the page, right? So we got that, and we got our double quotes. And you just paste in or type in the address that you want to link it to, right? So I got my YouTube channel thing in here, my YouTube channel link in here, and we go over and we're gonna get our less than bracket, angled bracket, or greater than, whatever. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead, and what we need is something for it to point to. So we have to type something in. So for example, we're going to use InfoSec operator. And I wanted that to be, you can literally use anything. You can use a single digit, you can use a single letter, whatever. As long as something is there in between those two tags, it will go ahead and allow you to click on it. And we're going to save, and then we're going to refresh our localhost page, and we see that InfoSec operator is here and underlined in purple. Once we click on it, it takes me directly to my YouTube page. So that's how we link pages together. I'll give you guys another example of what you can do in a moment here, but we see that it worked. It sent me right out to my YouTube page. Obviously, you guys are not going to see this, but we have the YouTube page up and running. So we're going to go back now. We get back at the localhost, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look real quick and see what we can actually do. So what happens if I put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then we save that file, and we change it. And now you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is still underlined in purple. So it's still going to take us over to that InfoSec operator YouTube channel, right? So no matter what you do, now we can change this as well. Our HTTPS link, hyperlink, and we could just put in anything else. We got, let's see, https://www.facebook.com, and it would take us there. Or let's go to just Google. I guess I should put in World Wide Web, right? www.google.com, right? And we got the end of that, Anchor, and we put in Google, and we're gonna end that paragraph. Yep, ended it for me. Let's save it and see if that works. So refresh the page. We got Google, and of course we go right to google.com. So that's how we link pages together, and then of course later on we can go ahead and style that up using CSS or even JavaScript or something like that. But right now we're just sticking with this HTML simple stuff, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at how to change our background of our website. Very slowly our our website page is starting to come together. I'm getting my references mixed up here. Alright, so our web page is slowly starting to come together, right? So we got a nice heading here. We got our subscribe or paragraph that says please subscribe. We got a link to Google, but we want to start making it look like something now, right? This is kind of boring. Nobody wants to see this. We get it that on our end, us who create these web pages, we have to start somewhere, but let's start actually making it look like something. So in our first video, we went ahead and we created that body tag, and as I told each of you, it had to, the body tag contains everything within this actual white space, this web page, right? So now how do we kind of make it look a little bit better? Well, we can do that by we can edit our body tag, our beginning body tag, not our closing body tag, right? So we add this style. Styling is okay in HTML, but honestly, it's not going to be sufficient to build a really awesome web page, right? That's where CSS comes in. Even JavaScript can help with that. So we're gonna go ahead and look at this HTML background color change, and then later in a different tutorial I'll go ahead and show each of you how to add images to your background and start setting that up. But honestly, I wouldn't worry too much about your styles in HTML because, again, that's where CSS is going to dominate. But I'm just going to show each of you so that way we can see a little bit more of how HTML works. So what we do is we edit our body tag and our opening body tag, and we add style equals and then double quotes. And if you're using the Visual Studio Code editor, it'll automatically allow you to work within the double quotes. And we do background dash color, colon. Now we need to define the color. Black obviously isn't going to work right now because our text color is black, other than our Google link, right? So let's go ahead and see what gray does. And then don't forget we have to close out our tag. But now it automatically ended or gave us a closing body tag. We want to delete that because we already have one down here. So let's go ahead and save our file. And then go ahead and refresh our page and see what happens. So now we got this nice gray background with our black text, our black header, and our black paragraph, and our our purple link. So we still see our text, but if we went all black, this is what would happen. Now this is where our text style will come in, and I'll show you guys that in a moment. But right now, if you just do default black in the body style and leave the text alone, we're only going to be able to see our Google link, because now everything's black, right? So we got our black text, we got our black background, and then we have this purple Google link, and people are going to be like, what is this and why am I here, right? So we're just going to stick with our gray while we're doing this tutorial. But this is how you edit the background color of your page, okay? Now again, we can do more with this even within HTML. Let's put CSS aside. We can actually still do more in our HTML file, but for right now, I just wanted each of you to see you can do these. I think I already saved this, but we'll do it again. We can do these simple colors with just HTML. So let's go ahead and take a look at how to style our text now. To edit our text color, it's actually really simple. Honestly, it's a little bit more simpler excuse me, than to edit our body style background color. Because all we got to do is edit our paragraph by adding in p style, hit enter, color, and then blue. And all I did was hit enter 3 times. Now, of course, each of you may want a different color or anything. I just went with the default, but just to show you the structure of it, it is extremely simple. So we go with that paragraph tag, and then we edit that opening tag with style equals quote unquote color colon and then whatever color you want. Then we hit save. And we're going to refresh and see if that works, and it did. So now we can see that please subscribe paragraph has turned into blue. So it's that simple. Now, of course, there's more styles, many more styles. We can edit what it looks like, the size of it, the position of it, and so much more. Even just in HTML, that it's unreal, right? But we're just looking right now, how do you simply change the color? Now let's go ahead with our heading and see if we can change our heading. So H1 style again equals color again, and let's just do let's try yellow. We're gonna try yellow on that. Let's see what happens when we do it with yellow. Then, you guys, if you want that dark background color on your web page, we can change it from gray now to that cool black, that dark mode that everybody seems to be obsessed about these days. We can save it, and what happens? Are we going to be able to see all our text? Yes. Now we have all of our text, and we got a black background, we got that cool colors going, and this is how our web page is going to start being formed. In the next tutorial, I'll go ahead and go over how to start positioning everything, adding images, audio, all that awesome stuff. Right now, I just wanted each of you to see all these basics get a little bit of coolness to them, if you will. And then we'll go ahead and we're going to start getting really deep in that next tutorial. But what I want each of you to do is go ahead and check out this website that I have going for each of you, and go visit it. It's not done. Nothing's up yet other than 2 pages worth of information, but I'm going to start adding more and more every single day. So visit at least once a day, preferably in the late evening if you're from the United States, or if you're from a different country, it might be your morning. Or just visit it once every 24 hours and you guys will be able to see some cool stuff. So let's go ahead and go check that out real quick. The website that I was talking about, we have thecybertemple.com. It'll be linked down below in the description. Again, it's not complete. It's just giving you guys a little bit of information about what's going to be on here, what you can learn. And then if you go into the address bar and you do www.thecybertemple.com/thepath, it's going to give you even more information on what you are going to be able to learn here, which right now I have a plan for operating systems, programming, ethical hacking, networks, social networking, data, and algorithms. And then I'll even add a little bit more in the future. But this is what I have right now for each of you. So go ahead and check it out, thecybertemple.com. Check back daily or even every other day for new information, new programs, and then soon there's going to be PDF documents, videos, all kinds of things for each of you to learn from. Literally, if you have no experience whatsoever in this stuff, you're going to learn from the ground up into a professional. Eventually, farther down the road, maybe a year or two from now, I want to add actual certificates and get you guys some job experience and things like that. But right now, we're just kind of learning the absolute basics, and we're just filling you in with some information right now. So go check it out. Thank you guys for watching this part 2 HTML tutorial. In the next HTML tutorial, we're going to dive further and deeper in HTML. Maybe even add a little bit of CSS in there, so that way you guys can start building actual professional web pages. Thanks for watching. InfoSec Operator out.